This is dang funky.
Yeah. This is a neat setup they have here.
Yeah, how you doing?
And they're in next door. And
Good.
run it. I want you to meet these guys and really neat. But yeah, hit the bathroom right here. Yes, sir. Just come right in there. And I think the rank go there, but I'll talk to you guys to see where you'd like to set up.
Okay.
Yes, sir. But
How you doing?
Hello,
See you soon.
Johnny. Nice to
I'm
meet
just showing the bathroom.
you. Awesome.
How you doing?
Johnny.
Chris.
Nice to meet you,
Pretty
Chris.
quiet.
Just letting you guys know, about it. We're doing a pre-show, so everything is live at the moment, so don't say anything sensitive, but feel free and just,
Okay, I'll have fun.
alright, yep.
Right. Yes, sir.
Remind me.
Yeah. So cool. Just, don't hurt yourself, though.
Yeah, what can I be doing here?
So where do you want him, sir?
What would you like? What's comfortable for you?
You're the man here.
Yeah.
Wow. I brought a tuner. Okay, good. What, 11 3/4? Mm-hmm. Yep, it's an 11. You want me to take this one out? Yeah. John? This over here. I like the...
It's fun, isn't it?
Very
It's got a...
It's got a vibe to it.
I want
It's like a different world.
JC, I want you to look around. You can see who all these people you played with or your stories about. But it's fascinating the way they got all the covers here.
He's 91, he's touring.
Do you need a tuner?
Let me see what you sound like you get.
Okay.
The rings.
recommend like a water or anything?
I'll take a water, please.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Oh, can I show you?
Yeah. Give me a hold on to your phone. You want a water?
That's like you would say, 20 minutes. 20 minutes. How about 5? No.
How did you get here? Did you go to my phone?
DJ.
Okay, yeah. See you next time.
Looking good for a second.
All right. So Jeremy, let me grab that chair. Oh, so you have kind of a little bit more room, and then I'm gonna push your chair a little bit back, just a tiny bit.
Hey, do I hear an accent?
Yes.
Where do you come?
Originally from Ukraine.
Oh,
Yeah.
welcome.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.
Happy to see you here.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah. It's an amazing. Yeah.
So, back a little bit.
Yep. Awesome. And then we'll use this microphone for speaking, and then I will use that microphone. So go ahead and stage it the way you would be sitting, and then Scott is gonna be sitting right here.
Okay.
Awesome. Alright, so that's
Very loud.
yeah, that's all right. The only thing is I want to make sure it doesn't, like, it's not in your way, kind of thing. You can just talk that you don't have to like lean towards it. It will pick it up. I can do it this way, but I don't want it to be in your way. Are you good like that, or?
No.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, we need to either probably place it there. Space a little bit. They're gonna be on the way, or you good there?
Yeah, I mean, to talk.
Yeah, yeah, and then feel free to push it away,
Yeah.
you know, to kind of like doing the. Yep.
we had to fill out this like what's it called, like a form.
Single ladies to the left, single ladies to the right, all the freaks in the front, toast to the good life.
You are a Lone Ranger. Yes, Tonto. I am.
Like thunder, but you heard thunder, Tonto, but not thunder.
Squirrel, 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 see you naked, naked, your man basic, boom, boom, my heart racing. we lay and fall asleep, pray to the Lord my soul to keep. If we die before we wake, there's just some choices we just can't make. Dear Father, won't you help us from the clutches of this world?
Let's check the vocals really quick, Johnny.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Beautiful. Awesome. All right, let me start here and then I'll let you know when you're ready. 1 second. All right, perfect. Whenever you're ready.
Hi, this is JC Johnny Conga at the rBeatz Radio VIP Suite. You are listening to the best of the best independent and national artists on rBeatz.com. This is Johnny Conga at rBeatz Radio in the VIP Suite. You can reach out to me on Facebook or on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in to on rBeatz.com.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sounds like you've been on radio before.
I think I have.
I'm intimidated. Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that's butter. Butter.
He's done this a time or two. I think.
I nailed it.
Mm.
You don't want to do it too many times, you know,
Yeah.
that flow,
Wow.
get the flow going, run it over a few times.
Would you like water? Anything? Can get you anything before we start?
No, fine.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you have canned soda or something like that. That available?
Oh, yeah, yeah. He's going to get some pictures here.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I get into?
Yeah, all three of you can get in there if you want.
I'll do one without me. Let them. I'm just the bag boy. I'm just the bag guy.
Like if it's back here, we can do that back here. Squeeze in, yes. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right, 1 2 3 1 2 1 2.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is such a blessing, an honor, and a gift. It's a little tight back here. They got a lot of.
Yeah, he moved it.
So is this where you're gonna be sitting here?
Let me check and see. I don't want to be. I'd rather be.
Yeah, I want to be out the way. I don't want to be in anybody's way.
Get out of the way of the maestro.
Yeah. We'll go to lunch after this, man, unless you got to run or something like that.
No.
Okay, good.
So go there. Yeah. Okay. Would that be too close to the?
Nope, and then you'll use that mic alone as.
Oh, use this one.
Yeah.
Do I get to play the keyboards?
Sure. If you feel like it, I'll turn it on for you.
We're on.
Make sure I'm gonna swing the mic this way. Make sure.
Okay.
Make sure. There we go. All right, sweet. So, position yourself however you'll be comfortable.
Yes.
All right. And be pretty tight on the mic.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Am I good here?
Yeah, you can
I don't wanna
feel
be in the way,
here. Yeah. You're good. And then I'll put the program on screen. You kind of have it
Yeah,
here too.
that's why I wanted to see.
Yeah, you should
I can
be
see it
fine.
live
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
can
yeah.
see it here.
Yep, yeah. It'll be good.
Recorded.
There is the camera right here, right behind you. So like, if you need to get out, kind of
Just up behind.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not in the way right now.
No, you're not. You're
Okay.
good. Yeah, you would. So
I would
this is
see
your
it.
shot. You would see it yourself. Actually, no, that's other. That's this camera. Never mind.
That's that one.
Yeah, I might be switching to that one. Depends.
No,
on-
no problem. I'll.
Yeah, you'll be good though.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. You can't see that. Right?
No,
Okay.
no.
Great.
So if you wanna, you can actually put that here too, if you want.
Really?
Yeah, that way,
Nice.
and we can like.
Yeah.
Clip it if you need to.
So you got some questions?
Sure. I don't have. I'm like, hold on a second. I just.
You could put it in this area right here, and that's not gonna show up either.
These questions, I want you to.
Yeah, let me see what you got.
These are. I was trying to
See,
find info.
that's cheating. You
I
gotta
know.
make sure it's live.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna go for. These are all like.
Fine.
Yeah. And they're all kind of. These were all vanilla questions. But I want to talk about your book. And, just that.
Yeah.
And it's what you want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you the story.
You got this is the keys. This is your car, and I want you to
Drive it.
Yeah, man, and it's beautiful. It's something to be proud of. I want everyone to hear this amazing story because it's like.
It's another Bronx death.
But But I was telling you, this is an American tale. This is what makes everyone unity.
Yeah,
Just
I like
together.
I like the
It's
place. I mean,
Music is what brings us together, So, I mean, my thing was, were we started yet? Because he's talking already, so. Okay.
I know we're on the pre-show. But I know. When do we start? Let me go.
Yeah.
Check and see. Real quick, but I know we're already boogie.
You get a kick out of him. Like a kid in a candy store.
They're just tuning the mics.
Okay.
Start just a second here. They wanted just to check my mic to make sure it sounds okay. Test.
Oh, there we go.
Hello.
Yeah. Looking good.
We look like a cool band.
Yeah, we're a new band in town. Dynamic duo. The Uptown Dynamic Duo. And they got the hats going. That's cool.
Yeah. Nice stuff.
A nice little setup like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun with all the records everywhere. It keeps the energy.
Yeah.
Music and just the unpredictability and just the fun. And, rBeatz does a really just fun thing here. Organic.
Yeah, it's different, yeah.
It's different, you
Yeah,
know.
that's cool.
This day with AI taking over, everything's too perfect, and it's got to be bumpy a little.
Yeah, it's too clean.
Yeah.
There's
It's
no
sanitary.
edge.
Yeah.
It's
Sometimes we got to be a little dirty.
yeah, exactly. And funky and you know,
That's it.
you
That's
gotta
it.
get down.
Amen.
This mic is very
Very sensitive.
No, like in a sense of if you do that, you won't hear.
Oh, I won't hear it.
Direction.
Okay, so I need to stay.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
If you feel more comfortable, kind of turn it that way. Feel free to grab
Really?
Like it doesn't have to be.
Uh-oh.
That might be probably better.
Then it's like the telethon.
Quick, call Jerry Lewis.
There we go.
All right.
I'm
yeah.
not used to and a red microphone.
I know that's like
Yeah.
highlight the shoes.
That's hot mic.
We gotta make sure we show that.
Here's the
It's
shoes.
a hot mic. We kind of close, bro.
Oh, these are some.
Look, color.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See. Yes, sir.
Like
Yes,
mine.
sir. Thank you. Oh man, it's beautiful. Wow.
We need to add candles per demand.
Oh yes, yes.
Gotta set the mood.
I like those candles are epic.
Where's the dancing girls?
I'm just gonna hand them.
Yes, sir.
Right behind.
Behind, right?
Right there.
Oh, in like so.
No. Like the. Behind me? Yeah, right behind them. No, on the thing. Up to your right.
Oh, these.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Sorry. Pardon me. There. Yeah. There.
Perfect.
No hot wax here. Thank you, sir. You rock. We always have the candles. Yeah, it's like it complements the look.
How many more? One more? Two more?
Two more, sir.
So that one and one more?
Or one more. Yeah. Thank you. We got our candles. Yes. Is that okay? Yeah. Going on just a second.
Rhythm.
Gotta have more.
More. Yeah.
More cans.
Candle guy, huh? Didn't know there was such a thing. That's a pool table.
Yeah, foosball, I think. Yes.
These ones
No,
go
look,
right
look,
directly.
Oh, is it? It is a pool table. Yes, yes.
These ones go directly right behind you on that little thing.
Like so?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a pool table.
Thank you.
And air hockey table too.
Oh, shit. A converted pool table.
Did you see the cup? They have a Stanley Cup right over there too. That's really yeah.
Yeah, that's right on. That's awesome.
You have to shake it.
Why?
And it's
It
the
says on.
Oh, hold on.
ceiling reminds me of those old brownstones in Brooklyn
This one says on.
without the lights.
Do I do it?
It's flickering.
Yeah. Huh.
This one says
Okay. But it's not. Oh, there it goes. Oh, yes.
work your magic with one of these.
Yes.
They're both to stay on.
Okay. I don't know what these guys don't look very happy. The there on.
They say it.
Yeah.
Maybe put like one sort of off in the back.
It just won't. It won't.
Or just the glasses.
I'm trying to get.
I don't know whether or not.
I think those burned out. Do you want me to leave one in?
I just kind of leave it as it is.
Okay. Yes.
Franco, you can still put in some breaks even though it doesn't light up. It's fine. It's better than having a
Then empty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's in the back too. So.
This drum here is I have a set of. It's my first teacher's last congas. Yeah, one of three that I have. Yeah. Well, you don't see them. I have them upstairs. Now these are down. This set is downstairs, but the quinto's upstairs.
Where is these two from? Where are the drums?
Well, this is from my first teacher.
Wow.
Whose daughter called me one day when I was in Florida and said she found my number all over his computer, and I'd found him too because I had lost touch with him, and I found him in Florida. He was with a band, which surprised me. I said, "Wow, he's still playing. That's great." And because he gave me his set of congas that he had at the time. He just gave them to me. My first set was fiberglass Echo Tone made by Frank Mason in Yonkers, New York. And he just gave those to me, which is great. And I wound up with his last set because Alzheimer's and stuff. And it wasn't a good situation. So she called me, and after I spoke to him, because he just, "Hey, Hank, how you doing?" "Old as dirt now." That's all he would say. I mean, it's like, "Oh, something's wrong here," But I didn't know how deep it was, how far gone he was. I haven't heard from him. I'm positive he's passed away by now, but his daughter didn't know what to do with him, so she sent him to me.
Wow.
Actually, he had 5 congas. So I had a friend in Ocala pick them up for me. He was about an hour away, so he picked up all 5. I said, "You keep the black ones, give me the red ones." So he kept the black ones for his troubles, and he drove these down to Fort Lauderdale for me and stuff. And yeah.
Wow.
So I use them when I can in his memory.
They're beautiful.
Yeah. Drums are amazing, man.
Wow.
Are we ready? It's 1 o'clock. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired.
We're ready to go. You guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, we're gonna go into logo, and then I'll do the countdown, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
Thank you. This will be fun. Hey everyone, good afternoon. I'm Scott Silverstein, DJ Dang Funky. Today is a special day. We have, there's a lot of people that use the word specialist, but the gentleman next to me is a specialist, and it's pretty wild actually. Have him here on my record cover, and he can point to who he is. It's
that was when
the suave gentleman in all white is sitting next to me, the legendary Johnny Conga.
Thank you. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you,
pleasure
sir.
to be here. My pleasure to be here.
It's an honor to talk with you and share a little space, hear your story, just how you got started and everything. And I want to give you the floor. I want to
Okay.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Appreciate for having me here. And well, my story begins, of course, as a child, and influences of two parents, one Italian and one Cuban, and how they influenced me in their own way, just being themselves. My mother was a cabaret singer before she got married, and sang in cabarets in New York and stuff like that, and was into jazz. She introduced all the black jazz singers, and Dinah Washington was her favorite, and she had all Count Basie, all the big bands, all the singers. She would play them the records at home and sing along with the records and stuff. She had not a bad voice at all, you know. And then my father was able to get, once he finally got a home stereo system, started buying Cuban music. So, and I didn't know how much, I didn't know the history at that time, but my father and mother, after World War II, met at what they call the Diamond Dance. They set it up in Manhattan, where they had these ballrooms or halls where for 10 cents you can dance with a girl. She'd have a little book and take your name. You'd be on a waiting list for the men that have asked her. And that's how she made money. But this was the way the guys that came back from World War II were able to meet women. It was at a Diamond Dance. And they were actually became mambo dancers at the old Palladium. So, you know, when the music was on at home, they're dancing in the living room. They're doing the mambo, and which very, you know, it's just all that was so influential. And then, you know, I'm from the Bronx, and we all have a Bronx tale, and my Bronx tale revolves around the drum and music and dance. Those three right there. I did have an uncle who taught me how to play bongos when I was 6 years old. He also sang and played trumpet. So music kind of ran in the family in a sense. You know, I was the only musician ever that I knew of, except they told me about a cousin, a Cuban cousin that was, Pepe Orquiaga was his name, and he was a singer. But I never really found out. I saw a picture of him once, but the family didn't know that much about him. So, you know, to see my parents doing the mambo and listening to Cuban music, and then hearing drums in the street. And my father came home one day at the age of 14. He with a set of Mexican congas. I'm like, I was a complete surprise to me. It really, really was. You know, I had been playing flute too from 3rd grade to 6th grade. So I because of Herbie Mann.
Yes.
I was a fan of Herbie Mann, who I got to meet and actually sit in with him years later in New York. And I loved his flute playing and his Afro jazz type style and everything. And he had Patato Valdez on congas, another, you know, a grandfather of the drummers, I call him, like Mongo, my mentor and friend, who influenced me greatly. I mean, when I saw Mongo for the first time at Carnegie Hall in 1967, destiny, I got to tell the story. It's in the book, but this destiny was, I went to Carnegie Hall with 6 of my friends. Yeah. And we bought our tickets at the box office inside Carnegie Hall. So we walk into Carnegie Hall, the lights are on, everybody's looking for their seats. I can't find my seat, and my guys are in the last 2 rows of the sent to Carnegie Hall, but I can't find my seat. And I go to the usher, I say, and he goes, "Follow me, follow you." And he takes me down to the first row. There was 1 seat empty, 2nd seat in the very first row, the center aisle of the Carnegie Hall, and I got that ticket. I got that ticket. I mean, I went with 6 friends. How did I get that ticket? It put me right there. When Mongo came on, I knew right. That was my life right there. I said, I saw it. It flashed in front of me, you know. And when we were leaving, because everybody said, "Man, you lucked out, man." I said, "Well, you're going to see me play here one day." I just blurted that out as we're walking out of Carnegie Hall.
You manifested that.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it came true in 1979 when I got to play there with Sergio Mendes at Carnegie Hall. It's just like, what? And they were all there to see it. So
wow. Wow.
You know, I mean, that, you know, a premonition, I don't know what you could call it, but that happened. I mean, when I think back of how things happened, because I kept when I was touring with Gloria Gaynor, which is a whole nother story as well in my book, we kept crossing with Sergio's band, Brazil 66, before we went to 77. I knew Paulinho and Claudio was drummer and the guys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we were, as they checking out the hotel, we're coming into the hotel. We'd always run into them, you know. And I friended some of the musicians, and Marietta, one of the singers, and they about a year later they came to New York. I was still in New York, and they had just finished playing the Schaefer Music Festival in Central Park. And Marietta called me up. She said, hey, Jay, man, come on. Sergio needs a percussionist, man. He wants to talk to you. You know, he remembers you from Gloria Gaynor because he saw me play with Gloria Gaynor in Mexico City at the Fiesta Palace Hotel, another place he had just finished playing at the night before. So it was like, I'm running into this guy, you know. And when I was 16 in my living room playing to his record, Fool on the Hill.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I'm going, oh, man, I can do that. I can do that. I can play. Man, that would be a dream gig, you know? Wow. And I'm thinking that at 16, you know, before I was in my 20s when I got to do the gig. So I went down and I met Sergio, and he was there with Marietta, and he remembered me from Gloria. And he says, I'm looking for a percussionist. I said, that's great. I'm looking for a gig. You know, he said, how you think about Brazilian music? I said, well... And I played that for him because there was a conga drum there, and he liked that. You know, he liked the feel of it. I gave him my card and everything. He said, I'll be in touch. I said, great. So I don't remember how long it was, but Sergio personally called me.
Wow.
In New York. He says, I'm ready for you now. Can you do the gig? I said, yeah. I said, give me 2 weeks, and I'll be there. He said, okay, great. Call me when you get in. I said, great, I will. So 2 weeks, $1,000. And a one-way ticket in a dream. Flew to L.A. There was nobody there waiting for me. So I called Sergio, because I had his number. And he was in Burbank Studio, at Kenton Studios, recording studios in Burbank. He said, take a limo to the studios here. I'm in the middle of a recording session. I said, okay, great. He said, don't worry about the limo. Take care. Took a limo to Burbank. I must be in L.A. now, you know? Yeah. And, that's... pulled in, he's in the middle of a recording session. Then after that, I wound up being with him for almost 3 years.
Wow.
Working with Sergio.
The L.A. experience must have been fantastic.
L.A. at that time, I'm talking about 76 is when I moved there, and I stayed till 86 for 10 years. It was, I had good opportunities. And played with a lot of great people and did a lot of recordings, and that was the experience that I was missing in New York. I was on the recording scene. I'd only done one recording in New York. But once I got to L.A., I really wanted to be a session musician because I knew that's where the work was.
Yes.
And lucrative. And you can build a name for yourself. Traveling, when you're on tour, you're out of town. Nobody hears about you. You know, you're gone. You're on your own road. You don't know when you're going to come. The gig is up. I know a lot of people wanted that gig. Mm-hmm. They say, who's this new guy, Johnny Conga? He's from New York. Sergio's using. Where'd he come from? They didn't know about me, you know?
Yeah.
No, they heard me. They never seen me play. They never heard me play. I didn't know nothing about Brazilian percussion. I really didn't know a thing. So when I got to the recording studio they were at, there was a guy there named Steve Foreman. Okay. This guy blew my mind. He was a master percussionist. He made stuff. He's the one who taught me about how to just take a half a pint of rum bottles, 5 of them, fill them up with sand in various ways, or use water, and then take mallets, or you get a can with dry beans, and I'm like, holy crap, man! I don't know. Oh yeah, and then you can do this, and I started making stuff. I started making percussion out of everything I could put my head. Shekarays, I used to make shekarays. I made a lot of shekarays in my day. So it's like I had to. Steve said, "Look, I want to learn Afro-Cuban." I said, you want to learn Brazilian? I said, look, let's swap, man. You know, so we used to meet at Balboa Park in the Valley on Saturdays for a couple of hours, and I teach him play Hawaii rhythms, Afro-Cuban rhythm. He teach me Brazilian stuff, you know, pandero, cuica, and agogo, beating bow, all that type of stuff, you know.
Wow.
I mean, I did beg Sergio to send me to samba school. But he would, for some reason, he wouldn't send me.
Where is samba school?
In Brazil.
Really? In Rio?
Rio, yeah.
Wow.
Their samba schools are 300 people a school.
Wow.
Oh, you got to check out Carnival, man.
Oh,
on YouTube, and just every samba school is at least 300 people, and their batteries. They have different batteries of different instrumentation. And when I was in Rio, you could feel the sidewalks actually moving when the samba schools come out.
That's brilliant.
They come from every direction. I mean, they're booming because the big surdos are vibrating off the buildings. The sidewalks are vibrating. They're literally moving. I started moving. I couldn't stop moving. For 2 weeks, I was in my home in New York. I'm dancing in the living room, samba. It was just so infectious. It is. Samba's very infectious.
It is.
And it's so strong. It's when you got 300 people playing percussion.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, you can move the earth with that. Literally move the earth with that, and they do. And for 4 days of carnival, which can also be damaging to your health, from what they tell you, you can literally samba yourself to death.
Lots of stretching.
During carnival. 4 days of that, man.
Wow.
So it was, but he never sent me. I begged him because when Paulino da Costa, the friend and one of the greatest percussionists ever, who Sergio discovered Paulino when he was 18, and he was voted the #1 sambista of all Brazil at the age of 18, which meant he went to all the schools, mastered all the instrumentation, every single instrument, and then some. Taught himself how to play congas his way. He taught me how to really play the cuica properly. He was a sweetheart of a guy. And his routine was a pandero.
Yes.
Which is the hardest thing I ever tried to play. As simple as it may seem. It's just my right hand won't do what I needed it to do. So for pandero, you got to start young with that. But he would have a pandero, and he'd spin it on one finger, his pandero.
Yeah.
And he'd throw it up in the air and catch it on one finger. I wanted to do all that. And then he would take it and then roll it down his arm, across his chest, catch it in this hand, roll it back behind his head, across his neck, and catch it in this hand, and throw it up again and catch it on his I want to do that. But, I'd have to go for 3 months. Yeah. And Sergio didn't want to let me go for 3 months, But he sent the next guy after me, Ron Powell, who I knew. I was like, and what happened? Ron came back doing the pandero routine. But anyway, that's how things work sometimes. You don't know what to expect.
Well, I want to ask you about Gloria Gaynor.
Okay.
The story that you had a business card, correct?
Yeah,
and it left at a phone. What's the story exactly?
Yeah.
How did this bloom like this? It's a fascinating story.
Here we can start with I was on unemployment.
And destiny.
Yeah, and I was on unemployment because I had day jobs. I had a lot. I've done a lot of day jobs. In New York, you can't be a full-time musician really, unless you have some kind of day job back then. So I had many jobs, but at this time I was an administrative aide, and I had been working at police headquarters in Manhattan. And long story short, I didn't stay there long. You can read about it in my book, My Life with the Drum. It's on Amazon if you want to check it out, Kindle. It's also the audio you can get. And it tells the story of how I went to payroll to get my check. And when I came out, I got jumped by a plainclothes officer in the hallway who didn't like my attitude for some reason. And I didn't even know the guy. And I was able to get out of his hold and break the hold. And he kind of just went dead and walked away from me he didn't do nothing to me. And I was angry. And I went to the commanding officer. I said, look, I have this guy down in the gym right now. He goes, what's the matter? He said, I got just jumped by a cop, man, and a plainclothes cop in the hallway. I'm a civilian. You guys can't do that. I'm on the job here. I want 2 minutes in the gym. No, you can't do that. So they find out that he's been having domestic problems, and they put him on convalescent leave. I go, well, what do I get? You gave him the easy thing. Well, we're going to let you go, but you'll be able to collect unemployment.
Okay.
No, that's not okay, because if you're fired in New York, you don't get to collect unemployment.
Yeah.
See? But I did, because they broke the law. At the same pace, they say, don't worry, you're going to get unemployment. And I got my unemployment. I said, okay, so I'm home.
Yeah.
and the phone rings.
Okay.
Now, I had been working at these rehearsal studios with different bands in Manhattan because there were a lot of them in the Superman studios, if I remember correctly. And there was a wall phone when we had wall phones.
Yeah.
Nickel, dime, and quarter phones. And I stuck my card, my Conga card, into the phone so you can see it when you come into the phone. And at this particular time, Gloria Miko Minardo, or Star Wars Miko, as he was known back then.
Yeah, that's right.
And was our music producer, told Paul, who was the road manager, to call the office and send down a conga player. So he goes, I'm out in the hallway, and he sees my card, and decides, I'm just going to cut to the chase and call this guy and see if he's available. So he called me, and I was down there like 45 minutes later in Manhattan.
Did you think it was a joke or a prank call?
No. Well, I wasn't too familiar with Gloria Gaynor either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I heard of her through Never Can Say Goodbye, which they played in New York.
Yeah.
But other than that, just this is an artist, And there was only 4 guys in the band, and I was the 5th. And when they said, "What's your name?" I said, "Johnny." They said, "Oh, no, we got 3 Johns in the band." So Jackie on piano goes, "Well, call me Jackie." And guitar player Johnny goes, "Well, call me Feder. That's my last name." And then Tony, the bass player, goes, "We're going to call you JC, man, Johnny Conga." That's how Tony talked. and that's how I got my name. Tony gave me that name. First time meeting, JC, yeah, Johnny Conga. I said, okay, I guess I'm stuck with it, you know what I mean? So that's literally how I got my name. And that gig lasted almost 3 years with Gloria, and we traveled to at least 40 countries around the world.
During like the heyday of disco.
Yeah, I mean, we went to Paris at least 10 times. Wow. We went to Italy 10 times at least. In Italy, she's God. She's a goddess in Italy. I mean, she's 80-something, 83 now. She still goes to Italy. They love her there. They love her there. There's nothing you can. We played in places, unbelievable places. I mean, discotheques are all over the world. Some of them were carved out caverns of rock, restaurants in Italy, and looking out of the Mediterranean. Or we played at this one Italian engineer's home that looked like a white picket fence country home, like from here, or West Virginia or something, and his whole first floor of his house was a discotheque.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe, because you look at this is a country home. It's like a 3-story country home, man, in the middle of nowhere. It's on farmland. And the whole first floor was literally a huge discotheque. And the place filled up in no time. It was sold out. I mean, but that wasn't the kicker. The kicker was when afterwards, he invites us to his outside to eat for everybody. Yeah. So it is, in Italy with the long Italian tables, all the pasta they're bringing out. And he goes over to this wall. We're outdoors now in the courtyard. And he goes over to this wall and opens it up, and he starts hitting buttons. All of a sudden, a fountain comes out of the ground. The floor starts lighting up with all kinds of lights. This guy's, and he's wearing suspenders and jeans. I'm like, who is this guy? He got fountains coming out of the ground. He got lights coming out. So they're the kind of places we played. Chicago, we played a lot of gay clubs. A lot of gay clubs, because they loved her. That was her crowd, man. Chicago, they were nuts. I mean, we got hit on by guys left and right. Because, it's not like we were looking for that. I'm not gay. But there was a lot of that going on in the 70s. There was the excitement of, working with other artists like the Tramps. We sold out Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
We had Ecstasy, Passion, and Pain, and a couple of others on the show that night. But it was the Gloria Gaynor Experience. And we sold out Madison Square Garden for a disco night in Madison Square Garden. Yeah.
Now, the clip on YouTube with you, with Cerrone, with the When did you get up with those guys? That came through a trumpet player named Steve Medeo, who worked with a lot of people, Madonna and other people. So he had connections, and he would hire musicians. And he had heard about me, I guess. I hadn't met him at that point yet. At least I don't think so. And he said, hey, JC, man, I got a gig. It's paying like $2,000 a week in Paris for a month.
I said, great, I'll take it. He says, but yeah, you need 2 percussionists. Can you get somebody? I said, yeah, man, I got somebody, no problem, man. So I called my boy Bucky Andrade, the late great Hector Bucky Andrade, another conga player, timbale player, played with a lot of heavy, he played with the Jazz Crusaders, Letta and Bulu, Stevie Wonder, and getting chills, look, getting chills, just talking about him. And so we went. For a month. We're living in Paris, playing with Cerrone, the Disco King. So I got to go with the Queen, and then after the Queen, I got the King. He had the hit Supernature, which is his biggest hit. And he's still DJing all over the place.
Great records.
He's still going on. No, he's revitalized his music now, and he's DJing just solely. And once in a blue moon, he'll put on a concert.
Yeah.
But yeah, still. And I mean, when we were with him, everything was already sold out. Every place we went was just packed to the rafters, and and we had a 17-piece orchestra.
Wow.
And everybody was from different places. People from France, England, America were in the band. We had 3 horns. It was huge. I mean, you could see the concert actually on YouTube.
Yeah, it's a good show.
It's 2 parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see and the laser show was the first laser light show ever. And those people were the guys that came from L.A. that Cerrone had hired just to do it because they wanted to do lasers. And they had heard about the laser company in L.A., so they hired him to do the lasers for the show at the concert. Yeah. That was an outdoor concert, by the way.
That was?
Yeah, it was. Wow. We had 50,000 people outside. It was about 45 degrees. And if there was at least 8 naked people on stage. I don't know if you saw them coming through the fog.
I'll have to look again.
You can see that again on YouTube. Cerrone,
it's on YouTube.
Yeah,
yes.
Cerrone, part 1
Cerrone, part 1 and part 2. Yeah. It's an amazing, amazing piece of history to watch you go.
It was great. I mean, Cerrone was cool. He actually wanted me to kick over my congas, but I said, no, I'm not, they were brand new. I'm not going to kick my congas over me because he kicked his drums over. He didn't care about it.
Yeah.
He went crazy on his drums. I said, that's okay, man. It's fun. He was cool with it. He was a cool guy, Cerrone. He was a short guy, 4-inch heels, and he basically almost stood up to play. Wow. He didn't sit like a drummer. He kind of stood, almost straight-legged.
Yeah.
2 bass drums going, 4-inch heels. These plexiglass drums. I'm like, whoa. So it was. So I could say I work with the king and the queen of disco.
Yeah, truly, really.
In that sense, Yeah, I mean, and, you come back and you get into other things. I got into all kinds of stuff and just kept recording and working with different bands in L.A., did some recordings.
Well, I want to ask you, too.
Sure.
You worked with the Jacksons. You toured with them.
Oh, yeah, we toured. In 1979, right after I got back, I had gotten a call from the McCrarys.
Yeah, yes.
The McCrarys, a gospel family group, very popular. They backed up a lot of other singers and stuff like that, and were very well known as studio musicians. So they hired me for the tour. We were going to open up for the Jackson 5. I said, you kidding me? I went up to the Jackson 5. All right, let's do it, So it was a month tour, and it was what they call the pre-victory tour.
Oh, it was pre-victory.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. I was hoping for the victory tour, but they already had people lined up for that. Yeah. That's showbiz, you know what I mean? So I was just happy to be able to tour and meet them and hang with Michael. Got to talk to him a little bit, with his soft voice and a very quiet guy.
At that time, Michael was really coming out on his style, developing his voice, too.
Michael started separating himself. He wanted to do his own thing for a while. And the brothers, everybody wanted to do, there was little stuff with the brothers, after they cut the father loose, for them to go out on their own. That's when they became the J5. It was after they cut their father loose, finally. Because I seen no interaction when I seen them father around.
Oh, really?
And the J5. Yeah. There was no interaction whatsoever. He'd be standing, 3-piece suit, attaché case, gold everywhere, diamonds everywhere, Mr. Jackson. Just watching them. And they'd be like standing where he's sitting, right? Wow. Just the 5 of them.
Yeah.
And they're talking, but you can't have a word. They're talking. The 5 of them are talking. I'm not this close. I can't hear them talking. They have like their own language or something, But the most amazing thing is they were like a machine. To see them work was so inspiring. We played a theater in the round in Chicago. It was incredible. First theater in the round I'd ever played. And as the stage is revolving, you're playing, So you get to see the audience and as it's spinning slowly. And they would get in line, one behind the other, in the dark, And then as the music would start, they would come out together and just go, boom, they're on.
Going to like
the whole show, yeah. And the youngest one, the youngest Jackson, Randy, he was playing congas with them.
Oh.
And he was only like 13 or 14, but he could play a little bit, But he'd seen me play with the McCrarys, and he wanted to study with me,
Really?
Yeah,
Would you pull Randy aside and give him tips?
No, he came to me.
Nice.
He said, "Man, I like the way you play, man. I want to learn, man. You teach?" I said, "Yeah, I teach me." He said, "Oh, right, okay. After you get to 12, let's get together." I said, "Fine, bro, we can do that."
Nice.
But unfortunately, it never happened. He had a car accident on Coldwater Canyon and broke a leg and messed up his car, and he never got back to me. So, as showbiz again, that's how things are. And after that, Michael, went out on his own, basically,
Got off the wall. He did all that.
Yeah, once he hooked up with Quincy, that's the end game.
What was he like as far as soft voice? Was he dominant personality?
Well, he was friendly, laid back, and intentionally separate himself from people. Unless it's business or something creative, like he'd be on stage talking to Felicia Rashad, who was a choreographer, and they were talking about choreography and stuff like that, and on stage,
Wow.
The sound check is going on. It's all about business, But Michael had his own thing. He didn't like the way he looked, so he changed it.
Yeah.
Okay. He did what he wanted. He didn't see himself the way he became was the way he saw himself, And you can say what you want about him. I can't confirm it. It's only rumor. Don't take my word for it. But I heard he beat up Tupac.
I'd heard that too, actually.
You heard that?
I'd heard that too. Yeah. It was
and that
Quincy's Quincy's daughter,
a brother, a son, or something like that.
I'd heard that rumor too, actually. Yeah.
And Michael supposedly kicked Tupac's butt. Hey, you don't know nothing about a guy. You know what I mean? You don't know anything.
You musicians are strong.
And Michael, as soft-spoken as he was, they all say the same thing that worked with him. That's not his real voice. That's his show voice. He talks very like this, very, he has a very low voice when he talks, But when you're around him, he comes out that gentle, soft-spoken guy, He was around children a lot, so he talks like that to kids because he was a kid himself inside, The guy, he was never a kid. From the age of 5, when he was discovered, until he grew up, it was never a chance. We were supposed to play basketball. We never got a chance to play basketball. Yeah, with the J5, because they do that on the road. They like to play basketball on their off time and stuff. But we never got around to doing that. We were moving all the time. We just didn't have the time for that. So it was an exciting tour. I was hoping to get the victory tour out of it, but like I said, found that they had already had guys for that. Because that would have been a very lucrative tour.
Well,
if people don't understand, the money back then was,
definitely,
or a Madonna gig that was paying like $14,000 a week.
Wow.
For musicians.
Yeah.
For 4 months. And that was then in the 80s.
How do you get in shape for a tour? What do you do for that? That's
no. I wouldn't tour today.
Well, back then, what do you?
There was. You don't prepare. How do you prepare for?
It's a workout. Yeah.
Well, I'm 26 years old, 28 years old. I'm in my 20s.
Yeah.
So I got the energy. I mean, we flew. It took 35 hours to fly to Australia from New York.
Yeah.
I can never forget that because we went from New York to LA, to Hawaii, to Fiji, to New Zealand, then Australia.
Yeah, you won't forget that flight.
No. And had to come back, almost the same way. We skipped the Fiji and stuff, and New Zealand was just a straight flight from Sydney to LA. So I was okay with it. It's still 14, 15 hours back then to do that. Today, it'd be and when I was with Gloria Gaynor, we did the impossible. We did 45 one-nighters.
Wow.
On 3 continents. Ooh. Sometimes we were taking 2 to 3 planes a day to get somewhere.
Wow.
And we had no time to wash our clothes or underwear. We were losing weight. You know, on every show we're losing 2 to 3 pounds, you know, because we're working, we're playing, we're sweating, you know. And Sal, who was the booking agent, who we waited, part of the story, we were waiting for our Sal in Copenhagen in a hotel. We had a baseball bat. We were waiting for him to show up because what are you trying to do? You try to kill us, man. You can't tour us like this, man. We need Gloria's, you know, she's on painkillers now. She got a bad back. You know, we were in Italy and at one show, we're like 20 minutes in and she just stops and starts crying and ran off stage. And we were like,
so
everybody like froze. What's going on? We didn't know, you know. So we just waited. You know, we were on stage just waiting to see. And
that was up to you, the jam.
The promoter, well, no, it was serious. So we weren't jamming. We had to wait. We didn't know what the scenario is. You know, so there was a doctor, so they saw her. She was okay, and she came back and we did the show. Gloria again, I'll give her, she's a trooper, okay? That woman sang in pain, flew in pain. You know, she's had operations on her back. You know, it's in her book. You can read about her book, too. And her documentary, they said I'm in her new documentary. There's a flash of the band or something. I might be in it, I don't know. They didn't tell me, but the bass player, me, is still in touch, me and Tony. We're the only ones left out of the band. So he said, no, man, I think we're in it there's a flash of us that they put us in the movie. I said, oh, okay, maybe not, who cares? It's done, it's done. But I got Don Kirshner's rock concert.
Wow.
That's on YouTube now with Gloria Gaynor, the whole show. That was the first time we were on national television.
Wow.
At the Aquarius Theater on Melrose in Los Angeles. Wow. You know, my first time in L.A. to go to L.A. actually was with Gloria Gaynor before Sergio to do that gig for Don Kirshner's rock concerts. Wow. You know, which is an amazing thing. And I was on again later with Sergio Mendes on Don Kirshner's rock concert, which is I have a copy of that. I put it on YouTube so you can see that too. Yeah, it's just the first 3 or 4 minutes of it is all. It came from old videotape, so it jumps and scrambles. But if you go to the 4 minute mark, you got the rest of the show. You know, you're nice and clean. You see me playing and smiling my butt off up there, and happy and I'm gigging.
I also want to ask you about you're gigging with El Chicano. Because I'm a huge fan of their work.
Bobby Espinosa. Bobby was a great guy. You know the first album, Viva Tirado, the album cover? That's Bobby Espinosa's living room. That was literally his living room. Because when I went to meet him, because he was looking for another conga player at the time, I went to his house and I walked in and said, hey, bro, this is on your album cover. The living room. He said, yeah, we took the picture of him. And so I stayed with them for, on and off for about a year. Yeah. That was an interesting gig. Great musicians, but a lot of guys floated in and out of that band. Yeah. So there were a lot of great players, you know, that floated in and out of the band. Bucky flew, Hector Andrade. I was with him. Me and him were El Chicano. He was on timbales again. Me on congas. Rudy Regalado, the original timbale player for El Chicano, he was in the band when I came into the band at first, and when he left, then Bucky came in. So there was always a bunch of guys that were kind of coming in and through the band, guitar players, bass players, drummers even. They're touring today, but Bobby passed away some time ago, but they're keeping it alive, like Malo's, they're keeping the band alive through Rosales, the timbale player. He took it over, and they call it Momotombo. So it kind of revitalized itself in another way with these bands.
And you worked with Cheech and Chong? You did...
well, being with El Chicano afforded me that opportunity.
I have to ask that question.
Yeah, Cheech and Chong. Well, George S. Clinton, record producer, I got hired by him and the band, El Chicano, to record the soundtrack for Up in Smoke and for Still Smoking.
And Still Smoking.
With Cheech and Chong. And when we were doing Still Smoke, Up in Smoke, they came by to the recording studio to watch us work, And they were in suits and ties, man. And Tommy had a
Cheech and Chong in suits and ties.
Yeah, like this, and they were very quiet and mellow. And Tommy had a little attaché case. I'm sure it had weed in it. And and they were very quiet. And hi guys, how you doing? How's everything? How's the music coming along? It sounds really good. And blah blah blah. Well, we're having a Christmas party in Burbank Studios. We want you guys to come and play the Christmas party. Mm-hmm. At the studio, Burbank Studios. Paramount Studios in Burbank, one of those on the back lot, I got to see them doing a movie, part of one of their movies with the spaceship. I didn't get to see that one, but there's a spaceship scene I got to see live on set, making movies and stuff like that. It was exciting, I'm from the Bronx. I'm from the projects, man. I dreamt about movies and acting and all that kind of stuff.
Everywhere.
And to be there and to meet people within the industry was incredible. Just to meet people that you watch on TV, you go to movies or concerts to see, and now you're hanging with them or in their vicinity. And so it can be intimidating as well. It can be very intimidating.
What's been your favorite place that you've played? Your favorite venue?
Oh God. Ooh, that's
a tricky one.
That's a tough one.
I know.
I could say Carnegie Hall because that was a dream come true.
Of course, yeah.
Playing Carnegie Hall, and as we say in New York, if you can play Carnegie Hall, you can go and play anywhere. If you make it in New York, you can make it anywhere, and that's true. I just took my experience with me wherever I went. Now it wasn't always great. No, you have a lot of downtime. You have disappointments. I was with one group for a whole year, a 10-piece funk and soul band, rehearsing 5 nights a week, 7 to 11, original material. And we worked at SIR Studios and Modern Musical Services in Hollywood, North Carolina, which was our main rehearsal studio because it was cheaper than SIR. And then people started showing up that wanted to back the band. We had lawyers, accountants showing up. Wow. And then Pete Moore, one of the original Miracles from Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, Pete Moore, the one on the end with the pompadour, he wants to invest in the band. Ooh. He wants to help us. He said, this is like the next Earth, Wind, and Fire here. He was really excited about it when he saw us. We had a singer, Denise Stewart, man, this sister. Played piano and wrote the songs. I got the chills again. That woman would make you cry with her singing in a happy way. Wow. It was like that touched me, beautiful. About this woman. You meet people like this, it's like, wow. We had a great horn section, but everybody, our drummer was a postman. 2 of the horn players were putting doors on cars. Everybody had a day job. I was the only one I didn't have a day job. Everybody else had a day job. The leaders of the band worked for Kodak Camera Company. Wow. They were like executives. Wow. They had phones in their car before anybody did with the cable, the phone, like a real phone with the cable in the cars. I'm like, wait. They played golf. They were the first brothers I ever met. They played golf. I said, who are you guys? And one played piano, one played guitar. I said, man, and then you put this band together. Oh, man, look what we got. So Pete decides he's going to put up $45,000 for a demo. Yeah. For a demo. So he could shop it. So we did the demo. Not completed. I'm the only one that ever made a copy of it because I always documented everything I did, literally. I that's why my resume is so long, because I've been doing this since the 60s. Documenting every band, every musician, every band leader that I ever worked with, because I wanted to. I had a friend of mine, he would document music by records buying, and that's how he documented artists and music. And I said, that's kind of cool. Maybe I should document what I do, And I started doing that. I got photo albums and all kinds of stuff and videos, documentation of my history. I found it to be relevant. I wanted, I have to build a resume anyway in the business, though L.A., it's not what you know, which was the thing that I found out the hard way. It's who you know. And people put that down. No, man. I said, bro, I want to tell you something. Auditions in L.A. are almost comical, because people will show up with all this thousands of dollars worth of equipment and can't play. But they have the image and they got the equipment.
Yeah.
So you may lose out to that. And I lost out to that. I didn't have $20,000 worth of equipment behind me. I didn't have long hair. I didn't dress colorful.
Hey, you got the white suit here.
Everybody comments on that. I don't know why, but
it looks awesome. Hey.
So it's just,
I want to ask you about the three titans of jazz and your experience, your feedback, just the love you have for these three. The first, obviously, you shared his name. I actually got to see him play once. It was Mongo Santamaria.
Oh, Mongo, yeah.
I remember the size of his hands. He had the biggest hands I've ever seen.
Actually, he didn't.
No?
No, it was his taping of his fingers.
Oh, he taped it.
He taped his fingers. His palm was bigger than the length of his fingers. He had short fingers. So he started taping up his fingers. It took him an hour to tape 8 fingers. Yeah, wow. I watched him do it. It was amazing to watch him. And he experimented with cardboard, cotton, Band-Aids, rubber fingers.
Wow.
I mean, and once he started doing that, he stayed that way. I don't know why, but that was his thing. And it didn't do anything to the, people say, why do you wear gloves? Well, I have a little arthritic, and my hands are old now. but I can still play. I have no problem. I've never had problems with my hands. It's just an age thing now. And Mongo played up until almost 80-something, you know, when he was retired. He could still play. We used to pick him up in Miami when he retired there and bring him to a rumba, a jam session at a friend's house. And we bring, hey, Mongo, come on. We go pick him up because he didn't drive. He loved baseball. I used to watch baseball with him.
Really?
I used to watch baseball with him at a friend of mine, Dario Rosendo's house, because him and Dario were very close. And anytime I went over to Dario's house, Mongo sitting in the living room watching baseball. Oh, okay, let me sit with Mongo. Hey, Mongo, how you doing, man? Talking. He was very influential because he lived in New York. And, of course, when I saw him in 1967 at Carnegie Hall, from that day on, I was never the same. And the fact that Hank said, he challenged me one time. Hank said, he challenged me by Mongo. I said, Mongo has a tune called My Sound. It's about almost 3 minutes. And it said, just a conga solo and 2 congas. And I challenge you to learn the conga solo. I said, you want me to learn the conga solo by Mongo? Yeah, I challenge you. Oh, okay. I don't know how long it took me to learn the solo.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I'm ready. I go see Hank, and he puts on the record, and I play the solo along with Mongo.
Nice.
And after it's done, he goes, do you know what you just did? Because he didn't think I'd do it, but I copped the solo, lick for lick. And he said, if you can do what he can do, how good are you?
Ooh.
But you're not him. That you got to earn. So that was to humble me. Don't get your head on swollen now. Don't get swell head. You know what I mean? You're not him, but you got to earn it. But you're on your way. So that was my shot in the arm from Hank. So when I knew that I could do Mongo, I'm in. So that was my playing. My first playing style was Mongo's playing style, which is very powerful. And I'll give you a little sample.
Please.
Mongo for you.
Hot.
Yeah.
Hot.
And then I went on to study Patato Valdez.
Yes.
Patato Valdez.
Wow.
Yeah, Patato had his own. The godfathers, I call it, was Mongo, Patato, Julito Collazo, Luis Miranda, Carlos Vidal, Armando Parazza, and Candido. These are the godfathers of the drum. None of them sound the same. Cuban drummers do not sound alike at all.
Why?
That is the interesting thing. First, I would say the word competition in Cuba doesn't exist. What replaces competition is pride and individualism. So Cuban musicians, I find that the most incredible Cuban conga drummers are left-handed.
Really?
And ambidextrous.
Wow.
Like Giovanni Hidalgo, one of the greatest that ever lived on the conga drum. From my analysis and observation of watching these guys, it's an amazing thing because lefties think differently than righties. They're just 5% of the world, left-handers. So it's like, it's different. You know, they're using this side of the brain that we're not using, you know? And I've it took me to neurology, to try to understand neurology. The drum took me to neurology. I wanted to understand the neuroses of playing the conga drum and how it affects you and how you think, you know? There's a young guy today, he's only been here like 7 years already. He's already won a Grammy from Cuba. His name is Roberto Vizcaíno Jr. After Giovanni, he's the most complete percussionist I've seen in my life.
Really? Wow.
Because he plays piano, bass, drums, congas, timbales, writes, composes, arranges. His father taught him since he was 4 years old, who was a master percussionist as well. And he came to Miami. He hooked up with Grandpa, what's his name, from Iraquere, a piano player, Chucho Valdez.
Yeah.
And they put together what he called the Royal Jazz Quartet. Wow. They come back. I got chills again. I get chills again. They come back. They put out a record, and the record won a Grammy.
Wow.
The kid's only like 20-some years old. He just came here 7 years. Now he's got a Grammy.
Nice.
Now everybody wants it. I mean, he's all over the place because he's that good.
Wow.
I mean, he's blowing a lot of cats away, but he's not. Their attitude is not to try to outdo you or to compete with you. That's an American thing.
Yeah.
You know, that whole attitude of compete. In Cuba, if there's a World Series at all, baseball, it's one town against another. Yeah. They not making $20 million a year playing baseball in Cuba. They ain't making nothing. Yeah. What do they get? Bragging rights for a year. We the baddest team in Cuba. Man, and for them, that's enough.
That's enough. Mm-hmm.
Maybe not everything because of what they have to live with and go through. You know, it's an unfortunate situation for them. You know, I feel for them every day because I have relatives I've never seen in Cuba to this day that at least 80 of them from what I found out.
Yeah.
Which I'll probably never ever see anyway, but that's the way it goes. And they are on another musical level. When the Russians were in Cuba in the 60s, they brought over teachers, Russian music teachers, to teach Cubans Russian music.
Really?
Yeah. An ex-wife of mine, Cuban, took piano, and her teacher was Russian. And she said she hated her. She'd say she was so cold, and they didn't like being in Cuba because it was so hot, because they're Russians, and they had to deal with it, so they were very mean to us, They didn't like being there, but they had to be there. So they basically, their form of learning music was Russian classical music. Now you blend in the Afro-Cuban into that, and then you have Iraquere.
Wow.
Grupo Iraquere that Chucho started in the 70s, which is a formula of classical Russian music intertwined with Afro-Cuban jazz. That's what Iraquere did. because they do whole suites.
Yes.
You know, classic suites and stuff like that. You wouldn't expect. But then the Cuban music is highly, highly sophisticated because of the clave, and that the clave is the core. It's the root of all Cuban music. There's no way around it. You don't write a song without knowing what clave it's going to be in first. You don't put a note on the paper. Is it going to be 3/2 son clave? Is it going to be rumba clave? Is it going to be 2/3? You know, that's what the composers think. That's the way they're raised in Cuba when they write music. Clave shows direction of the tune and the formula of the arrangement. Right? Now this new kid, he's blowing up. Because he won the Grammy. Now everybody wants him. He's very highly, don't do drugs. He's straight as an arrow. That's another thing. You know, there's no influence of drugs and alcohol in Cuba. These kids grow up straight.
Wow.
You know, they're not on the corner in the park smoking weed and, you know, drinking wine. No. Yeah, they have their rum, of course. They may have Cuban beer. I don't know. But I wouldn't drink Cuban beer. I think about that. But, you know, the rum is okay. So you have the rum, you know. But other than that, these kids grow up straight and honest, man. You know, there's no crime. There's nothing to steal. We're going to steal. Everybody's the same, poor. So there's nothing. All you got to do, the only thing you go to school, it's free, you go as far as you want, and that hopefully will garner you a way to get out of here. So when musicians get to a certain level, and I know quite a few that are living in foreign countries. There's over 1,000 Cubans living in Japan, I found out just the other day. Cubans, over almost 2,000 Cubans in Colombia. I mean, they're all over the place now. In Europe, all over the place. The ones that have been able to get away and out off the island, you know. And a lot of them are musicians. Some left to leave and never come back, but then some wanted to come back and had to deal with the government saying they wanted to buy a house. So you have to buy the house from the government. But this one particular artist, because music is a commodity in Cuba.
Yeah.
So if our major artists move and leave the country and do their work elsewhere, we don't make anything.
Yeah.
So this one particular artist who's a singer bought a house for $40,000. It's like a mini mansion, actually, in a nice area of Havana. And he could come back and forth if he wants. So the government, you know, had to loosen up. They have to loosen up. Finally, you know, people are in the streets right now. I don't want to get too political or anything like that. I've been following Cuba my whole life. I can tell you the whole stories. When Obama opened up the door to Cuba, here's a story. Trump flew over the island and went south over Varadero Beach area and saw all that empty land. And saw golf courses, casinos.
Well, I want to ask you about Tito Puente.
Yes.
That was the next one. And your connection, your passion to his work. Because, that's...
Well, Puente and Percussion was the first album that we were introduced to in New York as Latin percussionists. Tito Puente was a very smart guy. It took him a long time to learn to become what I would say financially literate. In the business, because he was a blue collar worker. You know, he worked 300 dates a year.
Wow.
You know, his band was under contract. These guys were on salary. It was like a job. It's what it was. I was in a musicians union when I was 16, Local 802 in New York City at the age of 16. So everybody had to be in a union, you know, to get paid. But in those days, those guys are making like 45 grand a year as musicians. That was totally possible to live, you know, raise a family off and back then. Not today, of course. But he did an album with him, Willie Bobo, Mongo Santa Maria, and Patato, called Puente and Percussion. So for us, who were hungry, you know, for percussion and wanting to learn, we devoured that album. We just listened to the album, because it's all about solos. So we were impressed by that alone. You know, you can hear these solos, because we're just learning how to play. And Puente was the king. I mean, there's no doubt about it. The guy, he was a pedagogy. He could play all the instruments. I saw a video yesterday watching him play piano. And I was like, oh, well, yeah, he should be. And he plays vibes, so he can play piano. Yeah, but he's showing another piano player what to play. But Puente was like that. He went to Juilliard.
He did.
Yeah, he played alto.
Such a colorful character.
He was in the Navy. He played alto sax in the Navy band.
Really?
And when he came out, he went into the GI Bill and went to Juilliard under the GI Bill, which he auditioned for and got. So after that, he's a Juilliard graduate.
Wow.
He puts his orchestra together. He's part of the Big Three at the Palladium. Him, Machito, and Tito Rodriguez, were the Big Three, as they call them. And now that wasn't about competition either. See, they were there about the dancing and the music and the good time. That was it. There was nothing more to it. I mean, the Palladium was integration central at the time in the 50s. You had black clubs, you had white clubs, you had Latin clubs, But the Palladium were Irish, black, Jewish, Italians, Puerto Ricans, whatever Cubans were around. And everybody else would go to the Palladium just to dance the mambo.
Wow.
There was no racial nothing, none of that stuff, People having a good time. That was it, the music.
Such connection.
And you're there, like you get a 15-piece orchestra. You can touch them.
Wow.
While they're playing, I used to stand in front of Conga players like this, I'm just watching them play, but
Checking them out,
they're this close, because the stage, they're on playing on the floor most of the time, unless there's a stage. But I can stand in front of them and watch what they do and stuff
Taking
like
notes.
that. And Puente's orchestras were always tight. These guys are working all the time. He's the only one I've found that actually, now, first of all, I got to tell you, Puente recorded 121 albums in his career.
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra, can't touch that.
Yeah.
There isn't an artist that can, not Miles Davis, that touch the recording level of a Tito Puente.
Yeah.
He sold the rights to Coya Como Va to Carlos Santana.
Really?
For $78,000.
No way. Wow.
He needed the money at the time.
So
But in 1983, with the advent of entertainment lawyers, he got an entertainment lawyer to sue RCA Victor for his royalties on his first 50 album.
Wow.
He's 64 at this time, at this age, I mean, he's still gigging, he's making his money, whatever it is, So he won.
Wow.
$9.4 million from RCA Records.
Wow.
And he said to go, you were hoping I'd be dead by now, right? Well, guess what? Pay up time.
That's beautiful.
And they paid him $9.4 million, man. Which he deserved to have.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, the fact that they kept it from him,
that's wrong.
Which was wrong. I never got to see Mongo play with Puente, though he was with Puente for 3 years. He was replaced by Chicky Perez and then Ray Barretto.
Wow.
Took his place when Mongo went to the West Coast with Willie Bobo to play with Cal Jada, the vibe player, the great vibe player.
That's who I want to ask you next. Actually, we can seg into that now with Cal Jada, too.
Yeah. Cal was a total influence on me with the vibes, because I play a little vibes, and his music just totally...
It's a West Coast sound, though, right?
Yeah, he started what I would consider the first Latin jazz quintet. Though there was another guy named Emmanuel Rahim out of New York who had the Latin jazz quintet. So they were about the same. Rahim's quintet came a little bit after Cal Jada, because Cal was out with his quintet in about 1954, 1955 with his Latin jazz quintet. So Rahim didn't come out until the early 60s with his Latin jazz, East Coast Latin jazz quintet. And that was a whole nother thing. The Latino album by Cal Jada with Mongo and Willie Bobo on it, it's probably the best recording you want to hear of their soloing and their playing with Cal Jada. It's just, though they stayed with Cal for 3 years.
Yeah.
And then Mongo wanted to go back to New York, so he went back to New York, and Willie decided to stay on the West Coast. And I knew Willie from New York, too. We were friends, and I got to play with Willie as well in Los Angeles.
Wow.
Actually, I subbed. I think it was twice I subbed because Willie had gotten sick. So Victor Pantoja, Conga player, who was a friend of mine as well, said, Jay, man, you're going to play congas tonight, and I'm going to play timbales because Willie can't make it tonight. He's sick. I said, okay. He said, yeah, I got to find out what's going on there. I said, okay. So, that type of situation really got a little bit better.
Yeah.
I saw him at the Playboy Jazz Festival in 1983, and then I think it was 1984 he'd passed away from stomach cancer.
Yeah.
And Willie was a great entertainer, a very influential player as well. A lot of recordings with a lot of named people. Historical. These musicians are historical.
Yeah.
Historical. There's never going to be an alignment of musicians like this, in my opinion, ever again. I mean, Mongo, Tito Puente, Willie Bobo, Cal, Jada. These are names that'll be around forever.
They will.
And they're not replaceable.
They're geniuses.
They're not replaceable. Even, all these, everybody, now everything is a tribute band. It's like making money off of somebody else's history.
That's true.
I mean, it's all right to, I want to put a Mongo Santa Maria tribute band together too, but I never got to do it. I wanted to do it. I'd have to get all. I know his son Monguito in Miami, who still has his father's charts in the suitcase sitting in a closet.
Wow, we need to make that happen. People out there, let's make this happen.
I wanted to do that, man.
Yeah.
But Monguito,
wow.
he didn't give him up. He didn't want to do nothing. Mongo went through that with him too, because Mongo helped him to get a record deal, and he did 4 recordings. And Monguito played a little piano, but he didn't want to be a musician. So he moved to Florida and started working on a racetrack or something like that. Yeah. And he had a name. I mean, these are things, about being a musician and not being a musician, and it's not always, it's not easy at all. I mean, our day wasn't any easier. You play in a club for the first time, and the club owner calls you outside the club to the side part of the club to pay you. And you wonder, like, why are we being paid out here in the alley? And then he lines us all up and he says, okay, put out your hands. He put out our hands, and he puts a little yellow bag in our hands. I'm like, I know what that yellow bag is. And I said to the club owner, I said, what do you want me to do with this? He said, sell it, make your money. I said, no. I'm not a dope dealer, my man.
Yeah.
And I took the bag and I broke it open and peeled it. Poured it on the ground in front of him. Boy, did he blow up. Ooh, man, he just cursed us out of there. He said, you ain't getting no money, get out of here. I mean, things are... One time we were in Boston, I could tell you lots of stories, man. We were in Boston with Gloria Gaynor in wintertime. For some reason, they always book Gloria in the wintertime. We never had a summer tour. It's pissed me off.
It's too hot.
And I don't care. It's better than freezing your butt off in Paris or Italy. In buses that don't have heat. But, people don't tell you, that's not the glorious side, the glorifying side of touring.
Yeah.
The downtime. Where do you go to eat? Like the first time I went to Milan, Italy, we got there at noontime. So I check into the hotel. I'm ready. I'm hungry. I go out. There's nothing open. Why isn't anything up? It's siesta time. Wait a minute. This is Italy, not Mexico. No, everything shuts down from 12 to 2. Nobody will open up until 2 o'clock. I mean, I got another 2 hours before I can eat. I mean, those type of things. You don't know what to expect. There's no planning for how to handle oneself while on tour.
Yeah.
The only thing is just be respectful, be nice, be kind, be patient if you can, which is the hardest thing, you know. I mean, traveling was easier in the 70s than it is now. It's too hectic. It's too crazy. There's no nonstops anymore. You got to pay a lot of money for a nonstop, if you want a nonstop. Well, you got to go here to get there to go there. It's like it's not comfortable. In other words,
Yeah.
you know, I feel for the guys that have to tour today. And when I toured, we didn't have roadies. So we had to haul our own stuff, set up our own stuff, and take it down and stuff. We had no roadies.
Wow.
You know, we were a bunch of young guys in their 20s from New York just doing the gig, you know what I mean?
Well, I want to ask you the next phase is how did you get into being an educator? Now that you teach and you offer online courses,
Yes,
you
I
can
do.
take classes with Johnny and learn to master.
Yeah, I had a friend, God bless his soul, Willie, from the Bronx. They used to call us Starsky and Hutch in the street because he was tall and blonde. I was shorter with brunette hair. That was our street cred. But Willie came to me one day because he knew I played and he hung out with me and I'd take him to my gigs and stuff. He said, man, I want to learn how to play. So I'll teach you, bro. And I gave him his first conga drum and taught him how to play. And he went on to play with Tito Puente and all these Dave Valentine, all these guys in New York. You know, after I left New York, he became a player, you know. And I said, I guess I can teach pretty good. I guess I'm okay as a teacher. But that takes development. I wasn't familiar with the Cuban methodology of training. They train you. It's a training process when you're learning anything in Cuba. When it comes to any instrument, it's dancing, it's training. And it's 6 days a week, 8 to 10 hours a day of training in whatever you're taking up, okay? Like Vizcaíno, the kid I'm talking about, went to school. In Cuban schools, in art schools, they give you social studies 2 hours in the morning, and then after lunch, it's just music. You're learning how to, you have to learn one instrument for composition purposes. Even if conga is your main instrument, you need to pick up bass, piano, guitar, something that you can flute, whatever you're going to compose with, vibes. You know, I saw Vizcaíno's recital, at graduation.
You did.
And he played 4 mallets on vibes, and I was like, oh my God, this guy is,
Wow.
Yeah, that good. And then he did a piece with his father, and they're reading a chart together.
Yeah.
They're just vocalizing it, the hits on the notes on the paper.
Yeah.
And he started out reading his father. He started speeding up the reading because he's that fast. He can read notation that fast. And he read the whole thing before his father was halfway through, and his father went, "Oh yeah," I got all excited. Like, oh man, that's how good he is. So he's getting recording sessions, you know, because he trained. Master Changuito, God rest his soul, who created the secret hand technique, which is a left-hand secret hand that Changuito developed, that he taught to Giovanni Hidalgo at the age of 15 in Cuba for a year. Giovanni lived with him to learn his master secrets of Changuito. And that led to a whole other way of learning how to use your hands on the drum. And then it became rudiments. Rudiments aren't part of folkloric drumming. Though we may be playing them, we weren't taught that. I was taught rhythmic parts of a rhythm. For Wawanko, we didn't know how to play. We didn't know how to play it the Cuban way. And we didn't know how to play it that way. We learned how to play it split hand, which is, it doesn't exist anymore. Now this is a park, New York City park playing rumba style. Nobody does this. I mean, one of my teachers, I had 6 teachers. George Sabu Caldwell, as he was known, taught me that, split hand.
Yeah.
Because not everybody had congas, not everybody could play. But once Willie could play, we'd get together, me and him, and we'd have 3 congas. So I played a split hand so he could try to play quinto a little bit to solo, and then he would play, and then I could solo. So we would take turns playing.
Yeah.
But because we don't have another guy to play the bottom drum, a guy to play the middle drum, and a guy to play the quinto, you had to learn how to play 2 parts by yourself. That was the idea then, you know? Wow. Even though today it's now like you got to play 5 congas. No. For me, it's a little bit. I was playing five congas back in 1983 before it was even a thing, and not because I was the first to start it. I wasn't. It was Daniel Ponce, who came from Cuba, who blew up the conga world when he came from Mariel to New York City, and they couldn't believe we never saw anybody playing five congas before.
Wow.
Though there was a guy named Peanuts Taylor from Nassau, who has he had his own club, and he was on I've Got a Secret in 1959, I think it was, in the 50s, on the TV show I've Got a Secret.
Okay.
And the secret was that he played conga drums. So his part of the show was he had 5 conga drums, man. Wow. He got 6 conga drums, and he was playing them. Now, I'd never seen this guy before. Who's Peanuts Taylor? And he's playing it his way. And so fast forward to 83, and Ponce shows up playing 5 congas. My friend, I was in L.A. with my friend, hey, G, man, you got to come to New York and see this guy play 5 congas. And I go, why? Why is he playing 5 congas? What's the deal with that? You know? So I go to New York. I got to see this guy playing 5 congas. I go to New York. He's at the Soundscape, Verna Gillis' old jazz place.
Wow.
And I walk in, and sure enough, on the floor, there's 5 congas in the corner. And we go sit in the pews and waiting, and behind a sheet or a curtain comes this tall, coffee-colored Cuban brother with big hands, man. The guy had, wow, big hands. And he starts to sit down. There's no band. It's just him with 5 congas, and he starts playing. And I'm like, oh, my God, what is he doing? I had to get up out of my chair, go over to the wall so I could get an angle of what he was doing, and I realized this guy is playing all the parts and soloing in between all the parts. Wow. How do you do that? So I fly back to L.A., 5 congas, here I go. And then I realized, who's going to call me up and say, hey, Johnny, man, I want you in my band and play 5 congas? That ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe if Santana called me, you know, then I'd play 5 congas like Paulie Mejias does. He plays 5 congas with the band. Raul Recco played 5, 6 congas with the band. That type of situation, yeah. But just to play 5 congas because I got to play 5 congas.
Yeah,
I can do well with just one. You got to learn to play one anyway. But his thing was incredible for what he could do.
Yeah.
You know, but people didn't know is that he wasn't a band musician. See, because you can play a drum doesn't make you a total musician either. You know, there are guys that want to just play in the park and guys that want to play on stage. Guys that want to make it a living, guys that just do it part-time. Or we were weekend warriors when I was coming.
Yeah.
You know, I had a 9 to 5. So I gig on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Wow.
You know, I make more money in those 3 days than my day job. You know, on my day job in those days, I'm take home $148 a week, doing 40 hours. I make that in one gig, you know, back then.
Wow.
You know, I mean, come home at 6 o'clock in the morning after doing the after hours at 3 a.m., you know, to 5, you know, and breaking daylight, you know, breaking daylight.
So right now, you are teaching.
Yes, I teach online. I've been teaching online since 2004.
Okay.
When Skype came online, and I've had students from Australia, Singapore, France, Germany, Norway, Canada, a lot of places. Russia.
How do you take lessons? What's the process? How can we do this?
Well, you can reach me on Facebook. I have 2 Facebook timelines, Johnny Conga. You can message me there, message chat, and we can go from there. Of course, you will need your own set of congas, okay, to take your lessons. So we do it online. I can use the Facebook chat video. I can use Zoom. I can use anything. It's easier. In the comfort of your own home, learn how to play congas. Lessons are reasonable. I'm not expensive, although a lot of people may think so, but I'm not that expensive.
From a legend. I mean, wow. Wow.
And I've been teaching now for 40 years, actually. I've taught now thousands of people. I did the World Rhythm Festival in Seattle for 7 years with my Conga intensive, which was very, very popular for the Conga drum. You know, a lot of people want to play djembe because it's smaller, it's easier to carry. The Conga drum is a whole other thing. to carry around.
But it's powerful.
Yeah, I mean, it's a language drum. The drum goes hand to foot. You start playing, you should start moving. I say, if you're not playing, your feet ain't moving.
Yeah,
that's the way it works.
Wow.
You know, and
you're the rhythm master.
It's about communication, feeling. You know, I tell my students, it's not just going through the motions. You know, it's your energy and your spirit. The drum becomes an extension of who you are the minute you start playing it.
Wow. It is sacred.
You know, if you're on stage and you're playing, look at people's feet. If they're not tapping, you ain't touching them.
Or they may not be living.
But if they're clapping, you know, they're tapping their foot. You got them.
Yeah,
you're
right.
Reached out. Your energy and your spirit.
Connection.
Through your hands into the drum. Right now, it doesn't say nothing, you see? But the minute you start to touch it,
it's magic.
It's incredible. You know.
Will you jam for us a little bit?
Oh, sure.
That's amazing. Amazing. Wow. Wow.
Got not warmed up, but that'll do.
Thank you. This has been such an amazing experience, just giving you an opportunity just to listen to you and these stories, because it's magic.
Thank you.
These are stories that need to be heard, and people need to recognize. Sometimes there's somebody very special living right next to us, or, you know. And
yeah, I mean, I live here now.
He lives here, and it's like, wow.
I'm available.
Yeah, let's
gigs.
let's gig with JC. I think this is amazing, and I'm blessed.
I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you much for the opportunity. Thank you, my brother.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much.
And,
thank you, guys.
And my next gig, you'll be there.
Thank you. rBeatz, thank you guys for giving us this platform just to showcase music, and blessings to everyone. Blessings. Thank you.
Thank you,
JC.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you so
Appreciate you,
much. Much love.
Take
Thank
care.
you, my friend.
Thank you.
I got a hug. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, rBeatz.
You're welcome.
Wow.
That's what you get, man. That's what you get. That's what you work for and study and practice for.
Yeah, for those moments in life, because they're not gonna last.
Yeah.
You know, you won't see the kind of crowds when you get older. You know.
Yeah.
Because it's harder now. It's an unfortunate scenario today. Now with the AI influence.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate because people, you know, making all this fake music.
It's fake. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Much more real than skin on skin.
yeah.
How'd it go? From that view, it was good.
I love
Thank
it.
you.
Like that?
Yeah, it went awesome. I wish we had more of you playing too. That would be cool. Maybe we can do it again or whatever.
Do it. I know. I'd love
You
to.
maybe like even
Yeah.
a jam session or something.
We need to do a jam session
That would
because you
be
see,
sweet.
he's
Yeah.
amazing, and
Yeah.
even with Greasy playing, and you could do just a little.
Oh, yeah.
I can even bring in and play some little loops
Yep,
and stuff.
yep.
We could do. I
Yeah,
love that. Yeah.
That would be
I mean,
sweet.
he is the man. Yeah.
that would be awesome.
Excited, right?
Oh yeah.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
This was awesome.
It's an honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Are we still live? Or?
It's a post-show live. Yeah.
So we're doing a post-show live.
Yeah.
So that, yeah. Thank you.
killed it, man.
No,
Yeah.
thank you, man. I want to hear you play and DJ and everything.
I'm still work in progress.
Oh, man.
Oh come on.
Careful. Wow. Yeah, let me help with that too.
It's so beautiful.
Ready to go.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Man.
Yeah.
I got that. Where are my CDs? Did you grab them?
I did not grab them.
Did you grab them?
Do you have the CDs?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, me too. Might as well. There we go.
JC, will you sign right here? Can I get you to sign my record?
Man, my handwriting's terrible.
You could just say, put an X. Hey.
You want a marker?
Nah, I just want you just.
Do you want like a marker or do you want?
Nah, I got a pen right there.
Marker. Awesome.
That's too cool. Wow. I play this in my sets.
That's so cool.
Oh, wow. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Made my day. Blessings. Thank you so much. Wow. These are heaters, both of these tracks. The Mozambique and that. Oh, man. They're sick. Yes.
Is that all for today?
That's all. Yeah.
Is there anything for tomorrow?
Not that I have on the calendar.
You never know.
I know. I'm like, yep. It's just.
So I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, hey, actually,
Yep. Check in the morning.
yeah, you'll be here now.
Yep.
You'll be here now.
If nothing popped up until like 9 o'clock, then yeah. Cheers. Yeah. Nothing else. Nothing here.
Everybody looking at me. Ain't about the flyest cowboy you ever saw. If you ride me like a cowgirl, I'ma take you far. Curly hair, tickle bitties. She say your name Wendy. Mix orange juice with the Henny, and we gon' do plenty. Let the dance, too much booty in the pan. Shake it, so shake it. Girl, I wanna see you naked, naked. Your man basic. Boom, boom, my heart racing, racing, racing. Boom, boom, my heart racing, racing. Single ladies to the left, single ladies to the right. All the freaks in the front, toast to the good life.
You are a Lone Ranger. Yes, Tonto. I am.
Like thunder, but you heard thunder, Tonto, but not thunder.
Squirrel, 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 I wanna see you naked, naked. Your man basic, boom, boom. My heart racing, 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 boom, boom. My heart racing, racing. Single ladies to the left, single ladies to the right. All the freaks in the front. Toast to the good life.
Get to your dream. Get rich and live a star life. Now that me I tried up. Me see a new trend. Police them arise, they murder rate. In other world, yeah, we need more love and less hate. We come for demonstrate, set the thing straight. Selector, turn up the treble, not the bass. Me want them hear me clear and not say Rasta never fake. The fire off the burn and we blaze it every day. Me don't need a privilege, I mean not care what you say. We hear naughty naughty and not just so we stay. Hey, mash up the show, the girl them never complain. Must have chew me fly like a plane. Sharper than a blade and not that the people rate. Me never move hype so you can't say me lame. Babylon no word, them a block off the highway. If you catch me sleeping is highly unlikely. But never could feel protected by highly. So me no frightened, Jaja and me rifle. Me no frightened, Jaja and me rifle. Rasta ever clean when me touch pon the sea. Diamond socks and me clocks me a beat. Hershey knapsack full of the sticky green. 4 pound of sour, 3 pound of OG. So me make a one stop down a halfway tree. Down a halfway tree. Make a one stop down a halfway tree. Down a halfway tree. So let me tell them again. Me see a new trend. Police them arise, they murder rate. In other world, yeah, we need more love and less hate. We come for demonstrate, set the thing straight. Selector, turn up the treble, not the bass. Me want them hear me clear and not say Rasta never fake. The fire off it burn and we blaze it every day. Me don't need no privilege, I mean not care what you say. We hear naughty naughty and not just how we stay. Hey, mash up the show, the girl them never complain. Must have chew me fly like a plane. Sharper than a blade and a the people rate. Me never move hype so you can't say me lame. Babylon no word, them a block off the highway. If you catch me sleeping is highly unlikely. But never could feel protected by highly. So me no frightened, Jaja and me rifle. Me no frightened, Jaja and me rifle. Rasta ever clean when me touch pon the scene. Diamond socks and me clocks me a beat. Hershey knapsack full of the sticky green. 4 pound of sour, 3 pound of OG. So me make a one stop down a halfway tree. Down a halfway tree. Make a one stop down a halfway tree. Down a halfway tree.
I'ma have to pass like Nash to Amari. Tiger up early on a Sunday, sinking birdies while the pigskin spinning through the air, tight and birdie. It's a TD, it's a TKO, a home run, it's a hat trick. Ain't no way to be an all-star without practice. So if you down to sacrifice your life for a draft pick, it's a pretty sweet position. You can live it if you have some things in the air. If you got game, wake like you just don't care. If you got game, playing like you got no fit, and you got game. If you came in the way, you got game. Body and force quite as nice on the ice, cat and mice. Watch the big old splash, face smashed against the glass on deck. It's the designated hitter, rhyme spitter up the bat. It's the Grand Slam winner, oak splitter. The champ is here with cherry red gloves, silk fall off my back. Drop the track, crowd show me mad love, so I show him love back. Like Wimbledon, backhand to simpleton, and if you winning, then throw them things in the air. If you got game, wake up like you just don't care. If you got game,